Attends, je vais couper mon jeu. Mais du coup, j'ai pas su ce qu'il me disait. J'ai pas compris si j'avais unlock Alohomora 2 ou pas.
Bah... T'as trouvé combien de...
Je sais pas.
Bah,
Je sais pas, j'ai pas compté, je suis allée lui donner et après j'ai pas suivi parce que t'es arrivé.
oh well.
Oups.
Par contre, je suis parti tout à l'heure et j'ai commencé à lancer l'upload de la VOD.
Ouais,
Sauf que du coup, c'est pas fini.
ouais. Du coup, ça a bouffé la bande passante.
Et ouais, de ouf. Du coup, là, je suis en train de live et j'espère que ce sera pas une qualité dégueu.
Il y a des chances. Ouais. Tu peux pas le mettre en pause, le code?
Non, j'ai regardé ça et y a pas, genre, y a pas de bouton pause. Truc qu'on
Me
pourrait s'y
rappelle
attendre de part de
en
YouTube, mais...
2023, ouais. 2023 YouTube.
Pitié, ouais.
Ça a l'air d'aller, hein.
Bon bah, cool.
Ça a l'air d'aller.
Chouchouchou. You cannot pause a YouTube upload. Cool.
Comme ça, c'est clair, hein?
The best thing to do if you're unable to complete an upload is to cancel it. Canceling an upload will cause it to stop uploading. However, YouTube will remember how far along the upload process video was. Bah, c'est une pause quoi.
Donc, globalement, ça fait pause. D'accord,
Bah ouais.
super.
Bon, je sais toujours pas comment cancel, mais
Ok, hop.
bon, de toute façon, je vais bien voir si. Enfin, tu me dis si le stream lag et puis.
Mais je regarde pas sur le stream, en fait.
Oui, oui, non, mais juste déjà si ton stream lag.
Ah, sur Discord?
Ouais.
Non. Ça va. Tout
Bon
va
bah
bien.
très bien.
Ça a l'air d'aller. De toute façon, s'il y a le moins de soucis, je te le dirai.
Yes, I.
Il est hors de question que j'ai une mauvaise qualité, tu sais très bien.
Non mais bien sûr. Bon bah du coup, terminé les 14 à 20, hein.
Yes, I.
A Lost Nug, qui est la quête maudite que je ne rendrai jamais.
Ouais.
Precious Metals.
Ah, on a trouvé Godwin. Et
Ah
maintenant,
bah du coup je vais lui
faut
reparler, hein.
faire à Roger qu'on est bien avec Godwin. C'est incroyable.
Bien sûr. Ah oui, ça veut dire qu'en plus je vais avoir une récompense pour avoir vendu, pour avoir arnaqué Godwin en fait.
On n'a pas arnaqué Godwin. On a fait du.
Oui, oui, oui. On est juste futé, voilà.
Voilà. Comme le bison.
Exactement. Au fond, on est juste bison futé.
J'arrive, bouge pas.
Alright.
Well, if it isn't my new best friend. You make it to the tower yet? Excellent. I must say I wasn't sure I'd see you back here.
Ok, je suis
Now,
revenu.
that was 10 sovereigns.
Ah oui, en plus il me file de la thune.
Attends, il te donne de la thune en plus pour t'être fait du rap de thune. J'ai pas compris.
Ouais, parce que en fait je l'ai intimidé en mode par contre l'aller-retour tu payes frère. Donc il m'a dit ouais ouais 10 pièces d'or ouais.
Oh là
Euh,
là, le deal, ça rapporte.
Are you kidding? You know it's 30.
Well, that seems pretty steep. I can't believe I'd offer that much. But I do appreciate
T'as pas
what
cru,
you
frère.
did. I'm
Mince.
gonna give you
Ok, bah let's go.
25 and let's call it even.
Bon ouais, je me suis fait 100 pièces d'or.
Tu t'es fait 100 boules.
Bon,
Voilà que le draw.
j'ai payé 40 donc je me suis fait 60 pièces d'or juste en ayant un peu de bagou quoi, voilà.
Ça va, le profit.
Ouais, le profit il est là, hein.
Mm, mm.
Il est hal. Du coup, ça c'est bon. Et Admirable Topsider. Topsider Story has revealed the location of his final battle with the Darkspawn. Et
Euh... euh,
Quest related. C'était Topsider's Honor, c'est ça. Probablement.
J'espère que c'est pas un truc dans les Deep Roads.
De toute façon, je vais y retourner. Mais...
Tu veux y retourner?
Ah, bah, je dois y retourner, ouais.
Quoi?
Mais oui, je t'ai dit, j'ai pas tout exploré. Et il faut que j'explore tout.
Oh
Ce
non.
sera pas maintenant, hein, mais à un moment ou un autre, faut que j'y aille.
Ouais, bon courage.
Ah ouais,
Amuse-toi bien, surtout.
ouais, je veux vraiment, vraiment m'amuser. Bon, c'est censé expliquer machin de Topsider, mais je vais pas trouver. Donc, force, mais je me barre. Ok, bah cool. Hum.
Ta-da-da.
Du coup, je me suis pointé, je me suis pointé chez Judith, elle avait une cafetière, du lait de soja vanille. Que demande le peuple?
Sérieux?
Grave.
Elle connaît la technique?
Non,
Tu
mais
lui
elle
as
a
fait
vu
découvrir?
je l'ai fait découvrir, ouais.
Elle a kiffé?
Bah, du coup, elle a pas pris de café parce qu'elle ne boit pas de café à 22h.
Elle a promis d'essayer?
Non, même pas. Je t'avoue que j'ai
Elle
même
sent
pas
pas que ça ira?
insisté. J'ai juste pris mon café et je lui ai expliqué la technique quand même,
Mhm.
mais ça va pas aller.
Ouais,
Je
d'accord.
sais pas.
Fun tout ça.
Ouais,
Elle avait pas l'air plus intéressée que ça.
ouais, pas plus que ça. Mais je lui ai dit que
Oh.
c'était ouf. Donc, alors par contre, la question c'est maintenant, je vais où? Parce que, ok, The Blight.
Le lens
Ah oui,
meet.
Gather the Army.
C'était
Retourne
le
pour
lens
Arl
meet.
Eamon et prépare. Ah, Landsmith. Ah oui.
C'est le moment du lens meet.
Ah
Prépare-toi.
oui. Par contre, faut que j'aille
Ça va être
vider
gros,
mon.
gros, gros, gros moment storyline. Hein.
Ouais. Savoir si notre cher Alistair.
Surtout, vous allez confronter Logain.
Ah bon?
Bah oui, c'est le principe du lens meet.
Ah oui, pour moi c'était Landsmith entre tout le monde, mais
Mm, mm, mm.
pas Logan.
Surtout Logain.
Ah ouais.
Mm, mm.
Euh... Oh, il m'a filé un staff de merde. Wouah.
Déjà, pourquoi un nain t'a filé un staff?
Il m'a dit c'est celui qu'il avait. Mais c'est vrai que bonne question. Euh, ouais, non, désolé, c'est poubelle ton truc, hein,
En vrai
faut.
c'était écrit dans la description de l'objet.
Eh ben on va aller relire. Brancas Shield. Bah désolé mais c'est de la merde, hein.
C'est clair.
Metal Kite Shield. Ah, peut-être. Ah, oui, mais non en fait, hein.
Ouais, non.
Ok, ça demande plein de strength, mais
Mm, mm.
c'est Osef. Alors,
Le nain, ça aurait été de la merde jusqu'au bout.
ouais, vraiment, y a rien qui était bien.
Mm,
Si,
mm.
en vrai, j'ai récupéré ça. Les trois trucs Gloves of the Legion, Boots of the Legion et Armor of the Legion. Et les Dwarven Massive Armor, là, c'est
Il te faut combien de
bof.
force? Ah, 42!
42. Ouais.
42!
Donc c'est prochain level up. Ça, c'est Poubelito. Puis le reste, je le garde. Là, Armor. Ah, Key to the City. Comment ça, Equip? Oh, c'est un ring en fait! Non, mais c'est incroyable.
Oh, la clé.
Oh
La clé
ouais!
anneau.
All attributes, c'est de dextérité, cunning, force, etc.
Oh, ouais.
Et bah,
Ouais.
c'est pour Alistair, ça.
En même temps, frérot, il se bat avec une clé. Genre au point. Tu sais.
Ah voilà, à la place du Golden Ring. C'est parfait, ça.
J'attends que tu trouves la coque ring.
Il y a vraiment une cock ring?
T'avais pas vu que j'avais envoyé un jour?
Ah bah, j'ai oublié. Alors, Health Poultice. Ah oui. Voilà. J'ai aussi plein de cadeaux à filer.
En vrai, petite pause de campement avant d'aller
Oui, bien sûr, ouais.
péter le cul de Logan parce que ça va être compliqué.
J'ai 250 pièces d'or.
Puis il faut te bourrer la gueule avec Ogren.
Ouais, carrément.
Have you seen my lunch? I'm only asking.
Pauvre
Right.
bébou. Alors, on a dit sell junk. Et en vrai, je fais un petit peu d'enchantement parce que je
Ouais,
commence à avoir, je commence à avoir beaucoup de
beaucoup de ruines, ouais.
runes qui servent à rien là.
Mm, mm, mm.
Diamond, Emerald, Saphir, Améthyste, Blibli, Bloubla, Garnet, Greenstone, Fancy Vase. Et j'ai toujours une bedroom key qui est là.
Je ne sais toujours pas à quoi. Moi, j'ai celle-là et une autre clé aussi que j'ai trouvée à peu près au même moment. Je ne sais pas où elles vont.
Ou je peux acheter The Rose Stone. Bon, j'ai pas envie de caster, enfin cramer toute ma thune là-dedans, mais
T'as 300 boules.
j'ai 3, non, j'ai 250. Et
J'ai
du coup, si
arrondi.
je l'achète, j'aurai plus que 100.
Et c'est inadmissible.
C'est inadmissible, hein. Moi, je suis pas d'accord. Non, mais en vrai, 150 boules pour une dague que je vais utiliser une fois sur deux, bon. Bon, bon.
Ok.
Ça se trouve, Sandal aura des trucs plus intéressants. Attends, tu sais quoi?
Non.
Euh, Deep Roads Map Dragon Age Origins. Voilà. Reject. Alors. The Entrance, donc évidemment. Adukanteg, je crois que j'y suis allé. Caradine Crossing, j'y suis allé. Hortanteg, je crois que c'est là où je peux aller.
Si, tu y allais.
Ok. The Dead Trenches, j'y suis allé. Unveiled Bridge, j'y suis allé. Katashtaig. Ah,
Ça, je sais pas.
c'est la quête arsenal de Shale.
Ah. Bah, plus qu'à être pote avec Shale.
Ah ouais, de ouf, de ouf.
Je te jure, Shale, ça vaut le coup. Hein.
Ah, mais c'est sûr, hein. Ça arrivera un jour. C'est juste pas dans ce playthrough.
Je comprends pas. Cette haine de Shale, je comprends pas.
C'est pas de la haine, c'est de la méfiance. Non, mais j'ai juste pas le feeling, hein. J'ai pas cherché plus loin.
Parce que c'est un caillou, c'est ça?
C'est exactement ça pour ça, ouais. Moi, je suis un peu. Je suis. Je cherche un truc genre raciste avec la biologie, mais biologie ça marche pas. Donc,
Dire
ouais.
que t'es une merde, ça marche.
Ah, super. Non, mais je sais pas, il me parle pas.
J'espère que tu regretteras tes paroles.
Sûrement, hein. En fait, tous les autres compagnons, ils étaient trop gentils avec moi.
Ah ouais?
Ouais. Sauf elle, là. Mais...
Et tout le monde peut pas te pépon, hein.
Mais ouais, bah dommage.
Euh,
Moi, il faut me pépon.
faut gagner le respect de Shale.
Ouais, bah c'est pour ça.
Oh là là.
Tu me respectes pas instantanément, dommage. T'es pas assez bon pour mon inquisitrice. Non, ma warden.
En fait ton playthrough de droite, t'aurais dû faire là tout de suite. Hein.
Mais non, c'est juste que ma warden, elle est, tu vois, elle est tellement sûre d'elle que tout le monde doit la respecter instant. C'est quoi ça?
C'est une quête.
Ah, tu sais quoi, je vais y aller. Genre, je vais leur défoncer la gueule. Sur le chemin, hein. Ça par contre, du coup, Pito est toujours dehors.
Oh non.
Bon, je l'ai appelé. Au moins, s'il veut venir, je suis là.
Enemies approaching.
Bonjour.
As you wish.
Tout le monde est stun.
Tout le monde est stun.
C'est vraiment
All you got?
que le même skin.
Ouais.
Ça
Non, mais
veut
vraiment,
dire-
les Kunari, ils sont durs à faire une race de gars, c'est que le même gars.
Isn't gonna be me.
Ouais, et ça donne pas envie.
Mm.
You will learn to fear me. On it. This should be easy enough. Right.
J'entends l'impression qu'ils sont fabriqués en usine.
Non mais de ouf, hein. Ils ont la même gueule, la même voix, le...
On it. Let's get started.
Pardon.
As you wish.
This part takes forever.
My strength is waning.
Is this
Something on your
entertaining? Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Mhm.
Allez.
Bababou. Chest.
Done and done.
Oh. Des gloves en Drexkin. Ah ouais, mais j'ai pas plus en dextérité, quoi. C'est bien dommage.
Ça va un point de dex, à mon avis, tu peux t'en passer. Hein. Je pense pas que c'est ça qui va te rendre subitement
Quoi?
incapable. Genre vraiment, genre le point de dex. Le point de merde.
Ouais, mais est-ce que le point d'armure changera grand chose aussi?
Ben, je pense que c'est plus utile que le point de dex à ce niveau-là.
Bah, je sais pas. Bon, c'est quoi, j'avoue. Juste histoire de pas avoir un truc de tier 2 équipé.
Et en plus, maintenant, t'as les gants assortis à ta tenue.
C'est vrai. Morrigan. Ah bah tiens. Bon bah, poubelle. Hop. Quest updated. Très bien. Tu fais un autre endroit comme ça où je peux aller, où je peux péter la gueule de...
Si, sûrement.
Probablement, ouais. Refugees. Aïe.
Euh,
Ah, enfin, je pète la gueule au dragon aussi.
ouais, un séjour, ouais.
Oh, par contre, je peux retourner à la hutte de Flemeth.
Oui, tu peux.
Passer un petit coucou, quoi. Battlefield, Civil War. Orthantaig. Ok, party camp. Fontin, fontin.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire.
Ah,
Do you wish to hear what I have found?
oui.
Ouais.
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it. No, not for nothing. There is much of interest here in her writings, and one thing in particular I find fascinating. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
What?
Wouh.
Ça
Je
Mais quoi?
ne peux pas le croire.
Impossible!
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
Ok.
There is only one possible response to this.
Ah oui, c'est la seule réponse
Flemeth
possible.
needs to die.
Hmm.
I will not
Hey.
sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Fair enough.
J'adore tuer la mère de mes potes, c'est vraiment mon activité favorite, perso.
En particulier quand ces mères-là sont possédées par des dieux elfiques immortels.
Immortel! Immortel! Lara Fabian.
Because if she is
J'ai pas.
slain while I am near,
Quoi?
I am
Enfin, je
not
sais que c'est Lara
certain
Fabian,
that
mais-
she will not simply be able to take
Tu connais pas
possession of me
Immortel?
right there.
Non, du tout.
So obviously,
grande
I
chanson de Lara
cannot be
Fabian?
the one to do it.
Ouais, mais je connais pas non plus vraiment ce qu'a chanté Lara Fabian.
Non, mais moi non plus, hein. Mais ça, si
Ouais,
je
bah
sais
moi
pas.
je suis à ce niveau-là.
Oh là là. Bah, tu sais quoi, je vais la mettre.
Pitié.
Tu sais quoi? Quand tu iras te péter la gueule à Flemeth,
Oh non.
je te mets immortel.
Oh.
And what would that do? At best, I would receive pointless reassurances. At worst, Flemeth would imprison me once she became aware I know what I do. I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show no mercy when it came to her own survival. I must do the same.
Sure.
Ok.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours. Not really, but the sooner the better, no? I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Sure. Vas-y, approuve plus 1, ouais. Quand je vais te sauver les couilles. Enfin. Voilà.
Ungrateful bitch.
Et bah du coup on va ah oui par contre il faut que je rhabille Win. Ça par contre c'était prévu.
C'est mandatory.
Voilà.
Voilà.
Voilà. C'est bon. T'es contente?
Oh, Seigneur, Dieu merci.
Voilà. Et après les gants, bon t'en as pas besoin, ça va bien. Hop. Tiens, tout quoi j'y vais maintenant. Hop.
Mais
Tac.
Mais va parler aux gens, frère.
En fait, vu que a priori, j'ai plus beaucoup de temps dans le camp. Enfin, je vais plus passer genre beaucoup de temps dans le camp maintenant, vu que c'est bientôt la fin du jeu. Je me dis autant faire les quêtes d'abord. Comme ça, s'il y a des événements, ils se passent.
Avant de leur parler. Comme tu veux. Je crois que t'as encore un peu de marge.
Ouais, probablement. Bon, en tout cas, je suis parti.
Ça se trouve, ils ont rien à dire.
Indeed.
Yes.
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 Non, en vrai,
Faudrait
non, en vrai, il te reste pas grand chose.
je ferai leur tour. Hein.
Il reste 2 quêtes principales. Mais surtout, peut-être pour voir s'ils ont pas leur quête perso à te donner aussi. Je sais pas si t'as donné les quêtes. T'as vendu ton stuff?
Ouais.
Ok.
Allô?
Oui?
Non, pardon, ouais, j'ai tendance à dire allô pour plus ou moins n'importe quoi, mais je suis où?
Là.
Troubles out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Waouh. Darkspawn.
Right?
You don't say.
Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You? We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Mais
C'est Joanne. C'est Joanne. Je crois.
I thought you said... Wait. You're serious?
why not let us deliver your message?
I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there.
Voilà, laisse-moi le choix.
Stay safe.
Sure. Quest updated. Which one?
What
Ça
did
ne
I
m'aide
do?
pas. Ah, probablement celle-là. Careless accusation.
Ah, c'est peut-être pas Joanne.
Nice. Voilà, donc c'était match collective. Compagnon. Très bien. Dead serious. Ok, parfait. Alors. Hello!
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Oh, how interesting. Speak then. You have come far, and I am nothing if not hospitable. Oh, there are many, many reasons to kill Flemeth. More than you know. But if I am to guess, I would say Morrigan has discovered something. Something shocking that requires her defense. Yes? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn? The truth, she says, as if it were nothing. No, no. Far better the lie. Far better the comfort of blankets and shadows and a mother's love. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do. You get to keep her for a time.
Oh non.
I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or
Yeah.
I may simply watch.
Surprise!
Interesting
One
to
day.
see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that? Shame. What will it be, then? Oh, how interesting. I'd like to see the look on her face when she realizes it. But you must earn what you take. I would have it no other way.
Mistakes were made!
Ok. C'est chouette. Allez.
As you wish. Let's make this quick.
Oh non. Who are you?
Let's get started. On your guard.
Ouch.
Watch out. As you wish.
It's a gotcha! Here.
Let's get started. Right. Let's get started. Here. This should be easy enough. Quite. Time for a little cleanup.
Oh no,
You're getting sloppy.
Ouch. Crève! Aïe. Je suis mort. Et le dragon aussi. Yes, aïe.
Yes, I.
Level up. Potions. Ok, bon bah, on va monter de l'assassinat du coup. Pff, en vrai, je vais monter plutôt le dual weapon.
Allez.
Parce que les bactères, je ferai pas tant que ça en fait. Flamath Key. Alright. Tiens, d'ailleurs, mamie a level up aussi.
Oh là là.
Magic. Attends. Shapeshifter, Arcane Warrior, Blood Mage.
Euh,
Je vais mettre Shapeshifter, mais juste pour la constitution. Hein.
Juste pour la consti.
Ouais.
C'est vraiment utile.
De quoi?
En vrai, je pense que le mieux ce serait Blood Mage.
Ouais, mais je l'ai pas. Je l'ai pas.
Faut trouver l'aspect, ouais.
Ouais.
Mais ce serait le mieux. Mais de toute façon, tu n'utilises pas Win.
Oui, c'est vrai. C'est vrai, c'est vrai.
Immortel.
Hop!
Task complete. On to the next.
Sure. Alors. Chest. Grove of Possession. Ouh!
Voilà.
La 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 la! With Flameth dead? Sure!
It is done.
Et bah, très bien. On peut rentrer à la maison. Nanana. Alors, party camp,
Out.
immort. Je commence à avoir faim.
Oh.
I think I owe you an explanation for what
Ooh.
happened earlier.
Quand t'es tombé dans l'escalier ou quand on a tué une witch des forêts immortelles millénaires?
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon.
Ah d'accord.
Oui.
No, I'm not undead. If I were a possessed walking corpse and could still think, I'd kill myself. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor. The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be
Ouais, j'écoute
dead.
pas ce qu'elle raconte.
It is for me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Dur.
I do not know. I can feel when the spirit weakens, so I should have fair warning. But come, let us not talk about this. There is time yet.
Bah, j'espère, ouais. C'est un coup dur. Je vais donner à manger aux pitouilles. Et après, je vais confronter Morrigan.
Ça marche.
J'étais en train de scanner mon placard à bouffe à la recherche d'un truc qui pourrait me sauver de ma faim.
Ouais.
C'est alors que sous mes yeux, un bon paquet d'olives au piment.
Ah, les olives.
Donc la question est-ce que je vais les prendre un moment ou un autre parce que je me fais vraiment à bouffer.
Comme tu veux.
On verra.
Olive banger.
Ah ouais,
I
de ouf.
await your command.
Attends. Ah oui, non, je pense qu'il faut que je lui offre.
Oui.
Ouais. Il s'est rien passé. Alors. Donc, putain, c'est quand même dangereux parce que j'aurais pu offrir le bouquin à n'importe qui sans faire exprès et je serais passé à côté de la quête. Fenêtre
Ben oui,
grimoire.
si t'es trop con, t'es trop con, hein.
Ah, ouais, tu fais un misclick et tu perds la quête.
Ouais.
Dommage. Hein. Allez, tiens.
Cadeau.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately
Attends, mais
and
on parle pas du
unlock
fait
the
que
power
ça
that
la
it
morte?
holds.
Non.
Ah, mais très bien. Très bien. Si tout le monde s'en fout.
I await your command.
Elle a dit, hein, si sa mère danse, si sa mère meurt, elle danse.
Ah ouais.
Donc j'attends sa danse.
So, full of questions, are
Alors
you?
oui, je suis toujours full of question. Ah là, merci.
Now I have enough time to study Mother's grimoire to find a way to prevent her from stealing my body in the future. For she will be back. One day, I have no
Ok,
doubt
bon
of
bah
that.
voilà.
And if I cannot protect myself, one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits, and she will die again and again if need be.
Ok.
But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no?
Sure. Oh là, il y a de la règle dans l'air là.
I think a time shall come when I will repay you. Do not worry.
Ok. Ok.
Elle t'a répondu, t'inquiète.
Ouais. T'inquiète.
T'es là, genre, récompense, Eo, tu me suces ou pas? Et elle a fait, ah d'accord, t'as fait ça pour moi, mais genre pour toi en fait, c'est super. En fait, t'étais une merde. D'accord, je vois.
Ouais, mais elle aurait
Ton
fait
vrai
pareil.
visage.
Alors. First and foremost.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Bisous, bisous.
Bisous.
Never ask.
Voilà.
Smooch, smooch, smooch.
On doit se reposer de toute cette agitation dans les deep roads.
Ah,
Et aller dans de deeper roads.
on va explorer les deep roads de l'Eliana.
Voilà. Ensuite.
T'as donné tout son alcool à Ogren?
Non, justement, j'y allais.
Allez, c'est parti, on va faire la fête.
Tiens, oh merci, oh là, tiens, plus. C'est à qui le totem? Oh, Silver Bar, c'est peut-être pour notre
C'est pour
meilleur
Zev.
ami.
C'est pour Chouchou Zev. Alors, le totem. Elle est où ma
You
page?
have excellent taste.
J'ai perdu ma page. Ma page? Allô?
Oui.
C'est bon, j'ai ma page.
My ancestors, this is a wonderful gift. That looks fine indeed. That looks
Le totem, c'est pour Sten.
indeed.
Ah, cool.
That looks fine indeed.
C'est ton best buddy au grain en 3 secondes.
Oh là, j'aime bien tout ça, moi.
De
Est-ce
sûr,
que-
sur le trou de prophète, c'est win ça.
Oh.
je pense, Je pense parce que c'est un bouquin.
Oh, marvelous.
Tout à fait. Et Ancient Map of the Imperium, c'est le. C'est
Secret
Secret?
compagnon. Ouais.
Alright. Sten, tiens,
Unexpected. Thank you.
Oh.
il s'attendait pas à avoir un cadeau.
Peut-être qu'il voudra te parler hein, si tu me fais un beau cadeau comme ça.
Ogren approuve plus 59.
59.
J'aime bien
Ah,
cet endroit, moi.
T'as bien réparé le moins 10.
Something on your mind? Of
You.
course.
Rien de nouveau. C'est vrai?
C'est
What say
beau.
you?
Oh.
By all means.
Tell me more,
Dommage.
tell me more.
Bonjour.
There you are.
Ooh.
Wanted to talk to you.
Sure. What about?
You and I, you know how sometimes you spend time with people and things.
You too, Roxane. Tu peux plus
I
répondre
was
ça.
thinking,
Non.
I do know some people out here on the surface.
Oh.
A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously.
Regarde.
What? Oh, you mean were we rutting? Oh,
Yeah.
aye. After Bronco went through the deep roads. Name's Felsi. She was a fiery one. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down. See how she's been living.
Oh god,
I
you
tried to
dog!
look her up the last time we were at Lake Calenhad. She wasn't at work at the inn. At home with her sick mother, they said. I figured it was just the ancestors telling me something. But I keep thinking about her. You suspicious sack of pebbles. You always have to think the worst of someone. You whipped out the knife, didn't you? Look, Felsi and me, we didn't leave things on the best of terms.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, she was jealous of Bronca. Then she got to be controlling, and Ogren was meant to be free, you know
Oh,
what I
le
mean?
fuckboy.
Anyway, she couldn't handle everyone wishing they could be with me.
Oh,
So she left.
Oh no.
Honest truth.
le Don Juan.
Y'a aucune bonne réponse.
Non.
Aye, well, you go ahead. Wait, so we're going?
Ouais, ouais, on va voir.
Ouais,
Ouais.
ouais. Est-ce que j'ai sa carte personnelle alors que je jamais parlé avant?
Oui.
Well, and a good friend you are, Warden. I'll think about you if we ever... no, actually, that would be gross.
Oh.
What was it you wanted to say? You want to be a berserker?
C'est un berserker.
Thought I'd never see the
Clairement.
day. You're a monster on the field already, Warden. But your style just doesn't give itself to mad rage. Too much thinking, too much, finesse.
Oh le nom.
But if you know someone fit for this type of work, I'll teach him. It'll be nice to have another berserker to grunt at for a change. What the sod is there to know? You get mad, you fly into battle, and things die. It's pretty simple. The hard part is getting in touch with your rage. We all learn to hold that back. It's why we don't kill every duster who looks at us sideways. You need to shut that off. For some people, being in battle is enough. But others have to think about something. Violence, monsters, nobles, your wife, whatever.
Cool. Your wife?
Aye, especially my wife.
Ouais,
Oh,
bah,
les
ça
nains.
sera plus un problème, ta wife. Hein.
Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Sure.
Why not? When you fight, you get mad. By the stone, it's a sodding tactic to enrage your enemy so he makes a mistake, right? Berserkers grab that anger and drink it like it's yesterday's ale. Then we turn it against our foes and watch the limbs fly. Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going. I'm listening. What about? Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean?
Oh là
Explains
là.
why she left anyway.
Ouais.
Handling what? Bronca? Pih, that treasure's been long buried. Ancestors take me. You people whine like tea kettles around here.
Ok. New quest. Bah cool. Ah c'est bizarre que j'ai pas eu la quête
Come
de
to talk to
Zevran.
old Ogren, have you?
Je crois qu'elle
Don't
arrive
know
plus tard.
why.
Je crois qu'elle est... Attends, je vais vérifier.
Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all.
Quoi?
Did you want to talk about something? What about? It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought? Ale made with grain.
Ah donc ils font de la bière
The
sans...
surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill. All this
Ok,
talk
ouais,
makes my
en fait,
hands
Zevran,
twitchy.
c'est Locke dans la main story, ce qui est l'équivalent de sa companion quest.
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole. Nah, just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something? What about? What? Miss Orzammar? Are you mad, in addition to being ugly?
Oh la vache.
They treated me like a puddle fly back there.
Oh,
I'm never
ouais.
going back.
Ah, je le kiffe.
Alright. Alright then. Just leave me alone, Warden. Seriously.
Ah oui.
Upset? Ugh. I don't get upset. I get drunk. Did you want to talk about something? What about? You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved. I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight and when you win and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for.
C'est vrai.
Mhm.
If that's how you feel, I'll try that out next time the Darkspawn are chewing on your leg.
Ok.
This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions? Alright. Alright then.
Ouais. Ah, disapproves, ouais.
Et...
Alors... Important. Uh-huh. T'as fait? Bon, t'as quand même droit à un câlin. Parce que bon... Oui. Je rappelle que dans mon inventaire, dans la poche là, j'ai 5 nugs.
oui. Ils sont dans une
Alors...
I have a question for it, if it will indulge me.
Oh.
My understanding is that it encountered the smith named Caradin. He was responsible for the creation of the golems, that he had become a golem himself. What I do not know is what became of him. Why did he not return with it? I would have many questions for him.
Donc tu dis him pour le golem et hit pour moi, c'est ça?
Bah oui, parce que Golem, c'est quelqu'un comme lui.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
Il s'est suicidé.
He killed himself? Ah, I would doubt it, but no, I see it is telling the truth. May I ask what became of the Anvil of the Void, assuming that it too still existed?
Well...
Then it was no doubt for the best.
Ah.
With
Ok,
Caradin
très bon
also
point.
goes any chance I might have had of finding answers on my past, I assume.
Ouais.
Tell me, did it find out anything from Caradin? Anything at all about how I might have been made? Meaning that I was once a living creature? That seems highly unlikely, and more than a little
Toi
insulting.
aussi, t'étais fléchi.
Is it certain?
Yo, one squishy!
Was I forced into this? Or simply glad to abandon a frail body? And more importantly, who was I? I simply must know. I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must look.
Ouais.
Ouais!
Mais...
Yes, no, I don't know. If
Regarde,
it
Can you
concerns the deep roads,
repeat
I may
the
remember
question?
something. If not, then I will have to wait.
il veut juste en apprendre plus.
He disapproves.
Ah,
Oh.
yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
Non, non, je t'aime.
Refreshing. Normally, such words would be accompanied by the wave of a control rod. I shall remain as it asks. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling. It doesn't have better things to do.
Non!
I like to think of them as accessories.
Oh putain. C'est incroyable.
Oh no. Ça
Qu'est-ce
veut
que
dire
j'ai
qu'il faut
perdu?
qu'on se retape tout aux graines là?
Ouais. Bon après j'ai les réponses donc juste mâcher les réponses, enfin mâcher le skip mais
Euh,
j'espère juste que moi j'ai pas à refaire Flamès.
Non.
Ce serait terrible. Bon pendant que le jeu relance je vais me faire bouffer.
Ok, vas-y.
That's the question: if you're funny or not.
Oh putain, tu vois ce que je vois?
Oui, je le vois. Non, mais c'est pas possible.
Je vais crever.
C'est pas possible. C'est impossible. C'est pas possible.
Je...
C'est pas possible.
Je vais mourir. J'ai me lâché ma manette, je sais pas où aller. Genre là, je viens de rendre la quête de Godwin.
Non.
Ouais.
Oh.
Bah ça va speedrun
Pourquoi,
sec, hein.
pourquoi ça fait pas une sauvegarde auto au camp?
Mais ouais, j'en sais rien. Bon bah je vais terminer de me faire bouffer en speedrunnant, écoute, hein.
Oh là là.
Yes, I. Bon bah je reviens.
Allez, speedrun.
Allez.
Pendant que tu fais ça, je vais rallumer Poudlard.
I can't. Are you here to buy something?
Most traders aren't allowed into Orzammar, so they just sort of gather near the doors. There's no laws up here at all, I'm told.
I sense something drawing near. On it. Nugs and dolts. Let us end this! Oh, this should be good.
Down you go!
Begin the onslaught. As you wish.
That. Oh no, you don't!
On it. Begin the onslaught. Let's get started. Too easy.
Ok, j'ai fini de faire la graille. Je mange pendant que je speedrun ça.
À chaque fois que tu débarques, tu me fais peur, frère.
Faudrait que je passe un, un warning. Genre un coin.
Ouais, 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 de
Complete. On
fou.
to the next.
Ok, je ferai un coin de warning la prochaine fois.
Un petit coin.
Du coup, ouais, je mange en même temps que speedrun et...
Pas de souci. Euh, Je me suis fait une grosse frayeur là.
Pourquoi?
Ma dernière save sur War Legacy a été corrompue. Heureusement, j'ai plein de
Et...
saves,
Oh ouais la vache.
mais je t'envoie une photo, je t'envoie un screen.
Panique.
Et genre,
Ah ouais la
I have
vache.
been studying Mother's
les
grimoire.
4-5
Do you wish to hear what
autosaves
I found?
d'avant, pareil.
T'es chaud?
J'avais 4-5 autosaves quasiment,
Tis
enfin,
not what I
quasiment à
expected.
la même minute, au même endroit.
Here, in
Mhm.
great detail, Flemeth explains the. Oh,
Donc j'ai eu
and
peur.
now I
Mais
Putain, tu
ça va.
m'étonnes.
Ça va.
They are-
Ça va, ça
I-
va.
according
Ok.
to the tome, if the host is already
Bon, moi je
powerful
mange
and
et let's go.
trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in. Whatever spark of the demon that made her what she is remains within her, keeps her from dying of old age. So she must seek a new body. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it. Because if she is slain while I am near, I am not certain that she will not simply be able to take possession of me right there. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against... Not really, but the sooner the better, no? Oh, my.
You have... By my ancestors, this is a wonderful gift. That looks fine indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw... We're delivering a message to the... We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest.
And so, lovely Morrigan has at last found some... Oh, speak then. You have come... Oh. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as... it would be interesting to see what she does. We believe what we... You get to keep her. Shame. What will it be?
No.
As you wish. Right. Let's get started. As you wish. Right. Push them back! This should be easy enough. Here! I'm Weapons at the ready! As you wish. Strike. Let's get started. Right. You should run while you can. Careful. Not allow it.
As you wish. On it.
A bit more dying, please.
Now we're going to battle.
Est-ce que t'as vu ce qui vient de se passer?
Non, de quoi?
Je me suis retrouvé en 1v1 avec Alistair contre le dragon.
Ouf.
Et j'ai fini par me le faire. Il est monté sur le dos du dragon. Il l'a décapité.
Oh, incroyable.
Il lui a fumé la gueule.
Oh, Alistair.
Quel BG.
Héros national.
That wasn't so bad.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier. I saved her life that day. No, I felt life and warmth. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening.
There you are. You and I, we've... A person, actually. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I figured it was just the ancestors telling me something. Look, Felsi, honest truth. Well, you go ahead. No, what was it you wanted to say? But if you know someone fit for this type of work, you need to shut that off. For some we had to kick him in... Berserkers we had to kick him in the stones before... I'm listening. What about? Well, I mean, she was a real firebrand. Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? No. Did you want to talk about something? What about? No. Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me. Did you want to talk about... What about? What? Miss... Oh, all right. Just leave me alone, Did you want to talk about... What about? You get a sword or... Like those provings. All right. All right then.
What I do not know is what became of him. May I ask what became of... Tell me, did it find out anything? That seems highly unlikely. And I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must... Does it wish me to leave? It doesn't have better things to do. I like to think of them as accessories.
Merci.
J'ai trop mangé. Ah, je vais crever. Oui. Comme d'hab, j'ai fait trop de pâtes.
Comme toujours.
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will. Not really, although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me. Wilhelm said they came from the deep roads. So, anywhere such things end up, I suppose. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more. Oh, how interesting. Certainly I remember having a master.
Nice.
My memories of what happened to him are vague.
On tue les gens?
Bah... compréhensible.
Oui, c'est un bâtard.
And true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall. My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Bah, I am no mage, and he did not explain himself to me, any more than it would explain itself to a sword. He possessed my control rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then nothing. There was pain. I do not feel it as soft creatures do, so the memory is an odd one. And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move. The villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me. So they simply left me. And in time, I forgot I hadn't stood there all along. In fact, at first, I found it more of a relief. For so many years, I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again. The gall! At first, I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed, an acceptable trade-off. After years passed, I simply stopped caring. Possibly. Except that he was not experimenting with the crystals at the time, I think. But my memory is not good. It may be correct. Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless, for which I should be thankful, yes? And provided it doesn't decide to copy his experiments, not that I would allow it, it is nothing to fear from me. Much. The things that it fights, and it fights things often, that is a different story. Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
Waouh!
Shale approves. Incroyable.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Non.
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it. I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark. He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it? So long as it realizes that I'm inexpensive and not cheap. Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Ouah, ok.
Bah.
J'ai pas aimé.
It doesn't have better things to do. That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the deep roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away. It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the deep roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser. Indeed. He had spells that allowed him to remain hidden and move quickly, but he had no defense against the blight and worried constantly that he would get sick. If any darkspawn showed themselves, he fled. More often, he would have to fight other scavengers, dwarves who had become tainted. In the end, it killed him. I mean, he found me there, right? I think I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. Bah, in short, no, I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference. No, that secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish. I wouldn't have had to put up with the twit, and I would be none the wiser. I don't think I was aware while I was there. Not like in the village. Or perhaps I was. Perhaps that was the dark place, and I simply couldn't see anything. How long could even I sit in the darkness and stare out at nothing, never sleeping? Oh, I do not wish to think of that. On then.
On.
Plus 7.
Incroyable.
Amazing.
Jamais vu. Bon bah je vais faire sa caisse. Hein.
Oui.
Ouf. Let's go. Après tout, les Deep Roads me manquent.
Indeed.
Yes.
Let's go.
Blast it.
Indeed.
Ah cool, on a obligé de passer par
Ouais.
Orzammar. Merci beaucoup.
On it. It's your time to die. Right. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. As you wish. Right. Let's get started.
Dis-moi que c'est pas une trop grosse zone. J'ai pas envie de me reprendre le traumatisme des Deep Roads.
Je t'avoue que je sais plus.
Ça a l'air d'être relativement grand.
Bah, je rappelle que Shale, c'est un DLC, hein, donc...
Bah oui.
This is it. Kadash Taig. I do not know. It is an odd thing to experience. These ruins are always overrun by vermin. There may be something noteworthy further in, however. Was this a home once? Did I live here?
As you wish. Ha! Is that all you've got? This should be easy enough. Right. On it. Let's get started. Let's get started. I am your death! How about you? This should be easy enough. This should be easy enough. You should run while you can. Darkspawn approach. Watch for their blood. This should be easy. No mercy!
En attendant, même pour un DLC, on reste sur du gros gameplay.
Ouais.
Done.
I see nothing. Whatever was once here is gone.
Careful, these creatures look a mite upset. This should be easy enough. Trap! Trap!
Oh, les petits miaou là. Oh, ils sont stunned.
Ouais, bah, j'ai double stun derrière.
Ça te mange les mollets. Nam 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 nam.
Ouais, des flèches de feu dans du caca.
What shall I do? Trap! This should be easy enough.
Ouais, plein de combats.
On it. Fight them back! It's your time to die! Finished. Idle time is wasted time. Let's get on it. This should be easy enough. Careful, these creatures look a mite upset.
Oh putain
Oh, this should be good.
Ah, ils ont vraiment fait leur DLC, ils se sont dit, eh, tu sais quoi, on va faire 10 combats d'affilée contre des petits T-Rex. Ça va être, ça va être incroyable.
Franchement, worth it.
Ouais, j'aurais été content d'avoir payé pour ça à l'époque.
Crawling with filth. Typical.
I see them. Dark spawn. Watch out! You will not fear me. Begin the onslaught.
Let's get started.
No quarter!
Right. As you wish. On it.
You will be stopped in your hurt.
Only one shall stand! Right.
Let's end this quickly.
As you wish. Right. Let's get started.
I suppose violence is the solution. Sometimes.
Right.
Are you done yet?
Let's get started.
Allez.
Ouais, ça avance. Hein.
Oh la zone.
Ouais, c'est vraiment tout droit. Et puis plein de combats. C'est tout ce que j'aime.
Allez.
Au moins c'est les Darkspawn donc ça compte pour le trophée. Non, y'a moi.
Non, le tue pas.
On it. Let's get started.
Finally, we get to the good part.
This should be easy enough. On it.
Never mind.
Honnêtement, je le comprends. Actuellement, je le comprends. Oh.
I'm uncertain what I hope to find here.
Bonne question.
Watch out. There's darkspawn over there.
Come, you can do better than that! You had it coming! Let's get started. On it. Let's get started. On it. Only one shall stand.
Your head will make lovely crunching noises.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Tout à fait.
What is this? This I remember. It has dates and names. This is to honor those who volunteered, those who became golems. And there is my name, Shale of House Kadash. I recognize it. I was not created as I am now. I was once a creature of living flesh, a dwarf and a woman. This is a revelation. It is something. It is an answer, though still I wish I had been able to speak with Caradin. I will need to think on these things I have learned. Perhaps I will speak to it of them soon. For now, let us carry on as we have. I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I have decided that it is not much like any of them.
Ooh.
Because I'm not human.
It's not just that. Well, I'm sure that's part of it, but it's not only that. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings.
Oui, bien sûr, je suis Dalatienne.
Exactement.
Then that must be it. The humans have always spoken about elves being inferior, but obviously this is only specific to walking.
Yes.
Shale.
If it didn't spread around that I said anything, humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Eh oui, we wouldn't want that. Oh mon dieu.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
Shale approves.
Ouais. Choupette.
Badaboum. Et bah cool.
Yes.
Elle gagne des points, Shale. Enfin, elle, du coup.
Oui.
Oui.
Poupette.
Party camp. Je me tâte à continuer la quête maintenant. Parce que je suis pas fatigué, mais je me dis, ça se trouve, je serai fatigué bientôt. J'aurais bien envie de faire tout d'un coup, tu vois.
Ouais. As you wish.
Faut la Red Cliff.
T'as fait une save?
It speaks.
Un moment, ouais.
It doesn't have better things to do. I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it? Good for it. I am sure that to other creatures as soft and weak as itself, that would be perfectly obvious. The truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue.
Copine!
Good. Let us leave it at that. Now, let us crush something soft and watch it fountain blood. That is a girlish thing to want to do, yes?
Oui.
Exactement.
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do. I do not sleep, so yes, and I thank it for reminding me. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants, all oblivious to it.
Ah.
Oh, yes. It certainly was the height of intrigue to listen to the accounts of how young Dornan had scandalized the village by his purchase of an Orlesian hat. And the argument that those two muddy farmers had over the price of barley for a whole summer. Riveting. And then there were the birds. A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out.
Your bird thing.
It is not a thing. It is a perfectly reasonable reaction to being constantly pestered. I was helpless to react. Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
Oh no. Les oiseaux. Ah. Mamie?
What's on your mind? I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
Franchement, Win, elle parle, on bat.
Ouais. On dirait un spirit. On dirait un mec avec un chapeau qu'on voit dans le 3.
Quand même pas.
I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Creepy!
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word. There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them. I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me.
Let's go.
Because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging. You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help. What's on your mind? Cure me? What, am I sick now?
You're a little dead.
Ticket de décès, ouais.
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it.
Cet angle.
Concern is
C'est
hard for
pas
me.
faux.
But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
I'd rather be alive, really.
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is
Oui,
enough.
je suis content.
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we? What's on your mind? I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else. Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority. What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home, time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult. Oh, I dread to think. I was a harsh taskmistress. He might have thought I was a demon in disguise. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground.
Oh ouais, de ouf.
You cannot teach a student who is closed
Comment ça, t'es
off
un elfe?
and
Bouge ton
unresponsive.
cul.
Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him. Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving.
Oh no.
They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
Wow.
The phylactery is a vial of blood taken from a mage. But blood is connected to life, and your blood can be used to track you down. They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them.
Oh là là.
I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him. I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed in Aaron. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves. The Templars are well-trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student. And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Oh, New Quest. Attends, comment ça, New Quest?
Bah oui. Elle vient de te dire qu'elle voulait aller le chercher.
Bah, elle a aussi dit qu'il y avait aucun monde où était vivant.
Elle veut quand même chercher. Enfin, toi, tu vas chercher. Genre, tu vas te dire, eh.
Alright. Ah, j'ai oublié de le grimoire de Flemeth.
Ah oui, merde.
Morrigan.
What's on your mind? It is no trouble.
Alright. Morrigan. Tiens. Oui, blablabla, bla, 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 je sais.
Got it. I await your command.
Sure.
So, now, but there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us... Too much could happen in days to come to make such promises. Yet I am grateful. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done.
Bon, je voulais cheater, j'ai pris une autre réponse. Ok, du coup j'ai la quête de Win et la quête de... Qui déjà? Allez, le nain. Ogren. J'ai retrouvé
Ogren. Son ex-maîtresse.
Ouais. Ok, bon, je ferai ça la prochaine fois. J'ai vu ta story, ça m'a fait rire.
J'ai vu, ça t'a fait rire. C'est Timmy qui me l'avait envoyé.
Elle est parfaite.
Elle est parfaite.
Bon bah...
Ouais.
Demain, les quêtes de personnages, hein, et puis on décidera l'histoire de l'Istère.
Ouais. Oh là là.
Bah, c'est les choses.
Allez, bon courage.
Yes, I.
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.